Hi everyone. I'm back again with yet another session on direct and indirect speech, part 2. So, this is going to be part 2 of the previously understood concept. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do it right away. And if you have not yet seen part 1 of this video, of this series, do check that out. It's there on my channel. So let's get started with part 2 of direct and indirect speech, also known as reported speech. Now, let us understand what is indirect speech. Indirect speech is when the substance of the spoken words is conveyed in the words of the reporter. That means you have heard something from somebody and now you are further communicating the substance. Substance means the words which were spoken in some or the other context. They are when spoken through you in the words of yourself, or you can say in the words of the reporter, then in that case, that particular speech is said to be the indirect speech. For example, Mary said that she was reading a book. So, this is something where we can see that the substance has been spoken by somebody, and that particular person is the one who's reporting what was said by Mary. There are some key points to remember when you are practicing indirect speech. The first and the foremost thing is that no inverted commas. You must have checked my part 1 of this particular concept, where I taught you that you have to put the substance within the inverted commas, but it is there when you are dealing with the direct speech. Here we are talking about the indirect speech. So when we are writing the sentence in the indirect speech, we will never ever put inverted commas. So for example, Jay said that he saw a lion in the zoo. There can be n number of examples, like Neha said that she saw a balloon seller. So you see, I have not put any inverted commas anywhere. It is just going to be written as a simple statement. But all this is followed when we are talking about indirect speech. Second important point to remember, commas are not used for separation of the reported speech from the rest of the sentence. So you must have seen, you must have noticed when we are writing a statement in the direct speech, we always separate the substance and the reporting verb with a comma. But here, there is no comma put anywhere. In short, you are not going to punctuate your statement written in the indirect speech anywhere except for the capitalization, which is absolutely going to be followed because a sentence always begins with a capital letter. Check this out over here, and ends with a full stop. So capitalization and full stop only is going to be followed when we are writing the statement in the indirect speech. So you check the example on my screen. My teacher said that the elephants have a long trunk. So you see for yourselves, there is no separation of any reported speech in the sentence. using a comma. There is no comma in between the statement. It is just that the basic rule, that is, the sentence should start with a capital letter and it should end with a full stop or any other punctuation mark. But here in indirect speech, it is very, very simple. Your sentence will start with a capital letter and it will end with a full stop. Third important point to remember: if necessary, conjunction is used to join the reported speech with the rest of the sentence. And what is that conjunction? You know it very well. It is that. Let me change the color. Yeah. So it is that. My father said that trees give us shade. So here, this that is very important because it will help your reporting verb getting attached to the substance spoken. Fourth important point: certain changes are brought into the tenses, pronouns, and words. Which words? The words denoting nearness of time and position. Take a look at the example here. Mary said, I am reading a book. Now, this is an example of direct speech. How can we say it's a direct speech? Because this is the reporting verb, which has a comma after that. And then we are putting the substance, the reported speech, within inverted commas. So it is very, very clear that the sentence is written in the direct speech. Now take a look at the changed version, indirect speech. Mary said that. The conjunction used. Oops. See, Mary said that she was reading a book. As simple as that. The direct speech has reported speech in the present continuous tense that is changed to past continuous tense in the indirect speech. So, children or anybody who's listening to me, who's looking at this session, you all must remember that there are changes that take place with regards to the tenses, pronouns, and the words denoting the nearness of time or position. Take another example. Jack said to Valerie, I will give you $20 tomorrow. Now, this is an example of direct speech. We all know that. How will you change it to indirect speech? First of all, you will remove all these punctuation marks and you will definitely be adding that. So, how will it be restructured? It will then be rewritten as Jack said to Valerie that. Now, when we always see, there is a big change to be made here. Whenever there is said to changes to told. I kept this deliberately because I wanted you to see it yourself. Because if it was printed on my screen, it would have been challenging for you to keep it in your minds. So make sure that you remember and you write it somewhere with yourself. Whenever we have said to instead of said, you always write told. So let me even write it over here as well so that it is embedded in your mind. Said to changes to told. Valerie, that, now that is definitely going to be there because you are removing the comma. He would. Now I is used for Jack. So obviously I will change to he. Will change to would. Give her. because you is used for Valerie. So Valerie is a girl, it's a female. You'll write her $20 tomorrow. That is the time, denoting time. The next day. So the right answer to this particular sentence will be Jack told Valerie that he would give her $20 the next day. This will be your indirect speech. Now let's learn. Dear learners, this is something which you have to keep in mind, that without learning these rules, these conversion rules, these small little changes that take place in this particular concept need to be learned. Very, very important. If you're not learning them by heart, then you will never be able to have that confidence when it comes to the conversion. So make sure that you take it screenshot, you replay the video, you check this out every time when you are free. Do it either ways, but ensure that it is learned by heart. That is of utmost importance. So what happens? What are the words that continue to change? So now, if in any sentence written in the direct speech, now is written in it, the word now is written, you will change it to then. This will change to that. These will change to those. Here will change to there. Thus will change to so. Ago will change to before. Hither changes to thither. Come changes to go. Today changes to that day. Tonight becomes that night. Tomorrow becomes the next day. We have already applied this. Yesterday changes to the previous day. Last night changes to the previous night. Next week changes to the following week. Day before yesterday changes to day before the previous day. Day after tomorrow changes to day after the next day. So make sure that next time when I come with another video on this concept with part 3, you all must learn it by heart. You should have been prepared with all these learned by heart. Now, check this out. It's a little analysis of what has happened with context to the previous example that Valerie won. So in this example, let me show you once again. This one, Jack said to Valerie, I will give you $20 tomorrow. The changed one is indirect one is Jack told Valerie that he would give her $20 the next day. So in this particular example, I is changed to he, you is changed to her, tomorrow is changed to the next day. Let's prepare ourselves further. Rules for the change of tenses. If the reporting verb. Now, what is reporting verb? Reporting verb is the word like said, which is used mostly in your direct speech statements. So said with a comma, you must have noticed it is very commonly used. So this is known as the reporting verb. This is your reporting verb. So now what does it say? It says if the reporting verb is in the past tense. Yes, that means this way. The tense of the verb in the reported speech changes as under. Very, very important and crucial sentence to keep in mind. So how does things change? If your statement, if your reported speech is written in the simple present tense, it will change to simple past. Again, something very important for you to learn. Present continuous changes to past continuous. Present perfect changes to past perfect. Present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Simple past changes to past perfect. Past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. So don't worry, there's a repetition. You just have to learn that which are the two particular tense forms which have the similar conversion. So if something is written in the present perfect, that also will change to past perfect. If something is written in the simple past, that also will change to past perfect. Similar goes with present perfect continuous and present and past continuous. So just keep all this in mind with the help of examples and most importantly, practice, because practice can only make us perfect. Future. Now, something that's written in the future tense, it will be conditional, will change to would. Future continuous also will change accordingly. If it is will written there, it will change to would. Now, something to note when the reporting verb, that means this said. Now, if this is written in the present or future tense, because till now I told you that if the reporting verb is written in the past tense, then all these changes are going to take place, right? With regards to the reported speech. But there is a game changer here. Now it tells you when the reporting verb, that is, this said, is not written as said. Rather, it is written as says or tells or is in the future tense. Maybe you have this. Neha will say, comma, and then the reported speech. Then what will you do? There is no change of tense in the words represented. I again repeat, when the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, there is no change of tense in the words given in the reported speech. For an example, she says she writes novels. She says that she writes novels. So you see, the tense has been the same. There is no change in the tense. The sentence, she writes novels, is in simple present. And here again in the indirect speech, it has been the very same. No change in the tense. But words related to pronouns and nearness of time, not time, your pronouns are definitely going to change. Nothing else will ever change. Now, let's quickly give these statements a try. So, let me just magnify it for all of us. Here, Sia said, this sum is difficult. Sia said that sum was difficult. Now, do not get confused. Here, that will be coming twice. Okay. Sia said that, because one that is the conjunction. Because we have removed this comma, so that is going to be put. Now, this that is the conversion of this. That sum was difficult. full stop. Please make sure that you prepare a checklist as to what happens and what does not happen. Ria said, I will go to Amritsar tomorrow. Ria said that I will change to she and will change to would. She would go to Amritsar the next day. Tomorrow will change to the next day. Simi said, I cannot help you. Simi said that she can will change to could, so could not help me. She said, I'm writing a letter. She said that. Now check the tense used. I am writing means it is written in the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense changes to the past continuous tense. So she said that she was writing a letter. That's all. It's that simple. But it is only and only simple when you have learned all the rules. He said, I'm busy doing my work. He said that he was busy doing his work. That's all. So I hope the things are quite clear. And most important thing is, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do that right away because lots and lots of things are going to come. I agree, I may take some time in posting the videos regularly because I am a very, very, engaged and uh, busy teacher. But yes, I will always make sure that I'm there to help you out. So if you have any concerns, any questions, any queries regarding any concept in grammar, do post it as a comment in the comment section. I will surely get back to you with a resolution. And if I have made a difference in your learning, do not forget to like this video and do subscribe and share it with your friends. So till we meet again, happy learning everyone. Bye bye.